Good morning everyone and welcome to our forum presentation and discussion titled What Makes a Movie Successful. Today I am Alin and this is
My name is Damia Nur Qistina binti Dullah.
and this is
My name is Nur Iman with Ridzwan.
and today the three of us will explore the factors that contribute to the success of a very successful movie. Are not you curious about that?
Yes.
And I have to declare first that the term success that I mentioned is not just about the money or profit gained by the premiere of the movie, but it's actually about how it leaves a good and a long-lasting impact and how it connects with the people. So, I'll go first. In my opinion, a good movie should start with a very good and strong script. It should start with a base. Whether it's a drama, comedy, history, and fantasy, no matter what the genre is, the most important thing is that for the script to have a logical and structured storyline so it wouldn't be messy. The plot twist, character development are all the important elements that a good movie should have. Don't you agree with me, Iman? And what do you think?
Thanks, Alin. So, I actually have thought about this a lot, and I do think that we're on the same page here. Alright, so now I will talk about a movie that I've chosen, which is The Matrix. A film that didn't just succeed at the box office, but also has completely redefined a genre. It was released back in 1999 and directed by the Wachowskis. The Matrix combines science fiction, philosophy, and action, and also visual innovation in a way that was groundbreaking at the time. And honestly, it still holds up till today.
Wow, that sounds interesting, and I feel like I have watched The Matrix before. Have you ever watched it, Damia?
No, not yet.
I think you should try it. And I believe that it was a beautifully made film. And now that you mention it, what do you have in mind? And can you explain more about the factors that contribute to the success of the movie The Matrix that you mentioned before?
Alright, thank you, Alin. Just like you mentioned, a good script is very essential, and The Matrix undeniably delivered exactly that with its brilliant storytelling. The story is basically about a dystopian future where humans live in a simulated world. The concept of where the world is designed by the computer-generated simulation solely to make humans living in oppressed situation to be used as energy resources makes the concept of this movie bold and refreshing. A unique and creative concept of a movie often leaves a memorable impact on the audience, making it a timeless masterpiece. And this one certainly did.
And now that you mentioned this concept, it sounds very new, like humans living in an oppressed situations. Doesn't that sound crazy? Do you agree with me, Damia?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that statement.
Yeah, and would you like to add more?
Yes. Plus, another key element in a movie success is strong character development. Take Neo from The Matrix, the main character. For example, he's a character who grows significantly throughout the film and leaves a lasting impression on the audience. When viewers witness the struggles and journey he goes through, they can better understand his action and decisions. It helps the audience connect with the character on a deeper level and makes the story feel more meaningful and relatable.
And yeah, I totally agree with you. And Damia, I would like to hear your opinion on what may happen when characters are cliche or like development. What do you say?
If you ask me if the characters are cliches or lack development, I would say it will become boring and super predictable.
And what's boring? Do you mean the storyline?
Yes,
Oh.
because when the predictable. You already know what will happen next, and you will not expect more than what it's supposed to give. So most audience will take it as boring. So when things will get boring easily, like I said, people can already grasp what they will act or say next. So it kills the fun of it.
Yes.
And plus, a character that does not grow or have a character development that actually the audience are looking for in the character of the movie. So when there is no development, there will be nothing special about the character, and this story will become bland and boring.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. There will be no expectation coming from the audience about the movie because it is very predictable and very cliche, I would say. And I also like to mention that it makes the characters forgettable and dull. I say this because there is no uniqueness and no personality coming from the characters itself, making the audience tend to forget the character's name. You see, that shows how significant the characters in the movie. Since there is no contribution coming from the characters themselves, it shows how important it is for a movie to represent memorable characters. And I, as an audience myself, agree that when watching a movie, I sometimes tend to forget the character's name, especially because there is no emotional connection between me and the character.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because the character, they're supposed to have their uniqueness in them. So when we talk about a memorable character, sometimes these characters go beyond the screen and become pop culture icon. So for example, you know Wednesday from the movie Wednesday itself. So everyone everywhere in the social media, there's like Wednesday dance like this, and they're showing up in daily conversations, trending topics, and even become memes. And this is there is a great example for this, like the movie Frozen. There is a song called Let It Go, and it's not just a song. This Let It Go song is become a significant song which symbolizes freedom that represent the character Elsa itself looking for a freedom in her difference, where she's the only one that have the superpowers and she's trying to embrace it. So this becomes the anthem for showing embrace the difference in individuals.
Now that's a great example. And now that you mentioned the dance trend, the Wednesday dance, it also becomes like a free advertisement for the movie, for the film itself, because there will be a lot of people dancing to the song, and then people will be curious about where did this dance come from, and then they will search it up, and then they will start watching the movie because it sounds so interesting. And next, do you have any more things to say?
Yeah, actually, I have this movie I want to talk about, others than their characters, the script. So the movie that I've chosen is Spirited Away, which is a beautiful, crafted, animated film directed by Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. And I believe everyone knows Studio Ghibli, right? Have you watched Studio Ghibli before?
Yeah, I am a big fan of them.
Alright, yeah. Okay, this film actually was a major critical and commercial success, and earning international acclaim and winning the Academy Award for Best Animated Features. So its legacy continues to influence animations and storytelling around the world, and it remains one of the most beloved animated films ever made. So I mentioned this film because I want to share one of the factors that contribute to the success of this movie, which is it's not just about the characters or the unique storyline, but it's about the memorable soundtrack. So memorable soundtracks plays a major role in this movie, which is the standout element of the Spirited Away itself. And the soundtrack of this movie is composed by Joe Hisaishi. The soundtracks play a crucial role in shaping the film mood and expression and atmosphere. So in Spirited Away, they successfully combine music with the animation to show and express the character feeling as the story process, which is about a girl that happened to lost in a spirited world.
Oh, wow, I think I have watched that movie before. And I totally agree with you about the memorable soundtrack of Spirited Away. And some of the soundtrack composed by Joe Hisaishi is regarded as a modern art masterpiece. That's what I've read. And fun fact, I am also a big fan of the film and the soundtrack, and I also found myself to listen to the soundtrack whenever I need to focus, and it also helps me because it's an instrumental, right? Yeah, it helped me to focus on my task. And what do you say about that, Iman?
Now that you have mentioned the soundtrack, I realized how significantly it contributes to shaping a movie. It's crazy how music can set the tone of the scene. Sometimes I don't even notice the music consciously while watching, but it still affects how I feel about what's happening. That just shows how powerful it can be guiding the audience's emotions. A good soundtrack doesn't just accompany the visuals, it enhances them. It ties everything together and makes the story more impactful and memorable. There are even times when a certain piece of music instantly reminds me of a particular scene or character. For example, whenever I heard the song I Like Me Better by Dullah, I will be instantly reminded to a movie called To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which is available on Netflix.
Wow. And now that's a free advertisement.
That kind of connection shows how deeply music can leave an impression. And I think a strong soundtrack can sometimes make an average movie feel so much more meaningful and emotional.
Yes, you're right. On an average movie could become wonderful with just a touch of a good soundtrack. Don't you agree, Midana? It shows how important it is for a filmmaker to pick the right composer so they can give and set the right tone for the film to be more impactful. And what do you think?
Exactly. I feel the same way. It's like the soundtrack works in the background, but it's doing so much emotional heavy lifting. So some scene wouldn't feel bland and wouldn't even hit that hard without the music.
Wow.
So honestly, I've caught myself rewatching certain part just for the soundtrack, especially if you know the movie Spirited Away. There's these scenes where the main character really sings about their parents and they play the soundtrack, which is very heart-touching for me. And also this soundtrack is also work when you watch a horror. What is a horror without the soundtrack, right?
Yes.
That would be true.
Yeah. I think that's all.
Yeah, I remember that part, the sad part. I cried myself to sleep. And it took me a few days to recover from the traumas of the saddest part that I've ever watched. And thanks to the both of you for sharing. From this forum, I have learned a lot of new things, and from these examples, we can already see that success isn't just about profit. It's actually about how it will leave a long-lasting impact on audience and even on in the industry. It will somehow change the world. And let us now summarize the main key and elements of the factors of what makes a movie successful. The first one that we talk about is a well-written and impactful script. Next is a unique and creative concept. Another one is meaningful and strong character development. And memorable and iconic characters. Am I missing something?
Don't forget emotion and a good soundtrack.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. We hope this forum has been both fun and engaging, yet filled with new information for all of you for a better understanding of how successful films are made. And now that we know films are not solely created for entertainment purposes, but it's actually a reflection of the life itself, the journey and the beautiful life that we are going through right now. Every film has a lesson and moral of it, and it's up to us. It left to us on how we interpret the meaning of it.
You are very much welcome, Alin. We both hope for